Good morning. Oh, did you? Oh yeah. Well, good morning. Uh, this weekend was chaos. Chaos in good ways, chaos in bad ways, chaos in really weird ways. Word of the weekend? Chaos. Let's start by going to Tabby's choir thing. That was unexpected. Threw off some plans, but also in a good way. Y'all, excuse my holy shirt. I work from home, so nobody sees me. So anyway, I go to Tabby's choir, thinking normally every time we go to choirs, Tabby's choir things. You've been there. You've come to a couple of them. They're like 20 minutes tops. 20 minutes. We good. I can handle 20 minutes. I always wanted it to be longer. It's like, man, I really wish these were longer because I want to see my baby girl perform and see her do her thing up there on that stage. And I got what I asked for. Got to be careful what you ask for. This choir show was 4.5 hours long. 4.5. It started at 5:30. We left at 10. What? It was multiple schools from all over the city and state, and they were dancing their butts off. There was a song about barbecue. Didn't even know that was possible. The barbecue song. Who knew? So we got to see Tabby. She went on first and performed. I had to pay to get in. I don't typically pay to go to my kids' events, but there we go. Paid to get in there. So she did great. They got a trophy. She did her performance, did her thing, and then she ran around the whole time. But after that, they got me kind of hyped. So we actually stayed for the whole 4.5 hours. Because these schools, you could see all of the hard work they put in. They worked their butts off and they danced their butts off. It was great. A great time. Anyway, I met another hot dog stand owner at that event. Gave me his number. I thought this was going to be a really gatekeepy type thing, but turns out it's great. Which brings me to my next point. Friday before I went to work, before I went to work, I stopped at a yard sale. Just randomly, I love yard sales. I stopped at a yard sale. Turns out this guy owns a shaved ice truck, so he's a vendor as well. And I just keep hearing the same thing, like just stick with it, go for it. He gave me information for a commissary kitchen, which is great. You guys know I needed that. So after I got that information, I'm sorry if I'm distracted. I'm looking at my dog. I'm obviously at the dog park. So that conversation was great. Guy charges like $100 a year to be a commissary kitchen, which I really need because I'm trying to do this the right way. Which leads me to my next point, which was Saturday was our first day of official opening. It was like a soft opening, but an opening nonetheless. So here's Gigi. Hey baby. Who the freak are you? Anyway, that brings me to my next point. Saturday was our soft opening. We did it at a local feed store here on the corner. No, I don't live in the boonies, but yes, there is a feed store here because they were here before everybody else. A lot of the houses here were purchased from that family that owns this store. So it's fantastic. It's cool. But we set up in that parking lot. They didn't charge us anything. I went grocery shopping that morning because I couldn't go the night before because of the 17-hour long choir show. So I got up early that morning, went to Costco, got all of my supplies, all of my hot dog buns, plates, napkins, everything. And was supposed to meet a fellow by the cash register. That ended up falling through. So didn't get the register. But luckily it's 2026. Not a whole bunch of people were doing cash transactions. And I was using the POS for most of the transactions. So we get there, I get everything set up. It's chaotic because first time we don't know what goes where first and how to efficiently do this. That was the whole point of this, was to do an effective flow to see how it goes. I discovered I need a table. That way my girls can sit up front of the table. I can sit in the kitchen. Um, that way I can make the orders that they hand me, and we're good. Now, there was a point where I'm not even gonna say we, I accidentally set the kitchen on fire. You guys will never believe I just set the hot dog cart on fire. That was crazy. I'm working with a customer, which happened to be my second customer of the day, and the kitchen caught on fire because of this griddle. It's not hot enough to heat a hot dog, but it's hot enough to set a whole roll of paper towels on fire. Yes, I'm aware I shouldn't have had the paper towels there, but we're out here learning today. That was hilarious. Trying to cook stuff in the griddle, which did not work. The griddle didn't work. The fire worked, obviously. But I accidentally set the kitchen on fire, which it was funny. It was not like a huge fire, but it was a pretty big fire, pretty significant. So I learned don't put the paper towels next to the griddle. So yeah, so they're by the sink now. I also learned that I need a fire extinguisher. I think I'm supposed to have one anyway for this inspection. So first day was absolute fun. Almost the entire family was there. One person didn't show up, which you may be able to guess, but my son, he he asked if he can go to a football tournament. I told him no. I really need you there. I need you to be here for me for our grand opening. I don't think he realizes that this is a legitimate family business. Yeah, I do it for fun. I have a good time. It's fun to do, but I'm genuinely trying to build something to pass down to my kids. Yeah, I'm genuinely trying to build something that I can give them, something that they can work with in the future. Honestly, that's why the colors are pink and green, because it's pink for the girls, of course, but then Kyle is supposed to be like the manager. If I need something, if I need to run to the store real quick, or if I need to step away, my son's supposed to be holding it down. Girl, I thought you was my dog. Hey, baby. Hey, anything for the people? Okay, good job. Good job, baby. Good job, baby. Good job. Okay. So, anyway, yeah, but he, once again in his life, chose football over his family. And I'm genuinely concerned about the level of football he wants to play. He snuck out that morning after I told him no. And then I was frustrated and I was like, you know what? Whatever. It's like, you're going to choose football over your family. He snuck out. He turned his location off and wouldn't answer his phone for the entire day. So that's what happened. I did not have my entire family with me on a day that I really needed my whole family. That's tough. I really want to know what you guys do if you have a teenager that might be a little on the wild side. I wouldn't call him wild because he normally no sneaking out child, but he yeah. What do you guys do about your teenagers? I feel me and him getting strained. Our relationship is definitely strained, and I know the whole reason is football. We talk, we listen, we chit chat, and when it comes down to me, him, and this football thing, it's just not we're not getting along. And to me, his priorities ain't right. He puts football before everything. He wants football for before his grades, so his grades suffer. And He's gonna make sure he gets to football. He won't walk to school in the morning so that he can get to school and learn, get his grades right. But if somebody's like, "Hey, let's play football," he'll walk up to the school to play football, and he's like, "Oh no, it's too far." And I'm like, "It's the same distance whether you're playing football or you going to school." So I'm not sure. I'm I'm not sure at all. Anyway, that's honestly what I have. Let me check my talking points. I'm trying to do this talking head video so that I can make sure I cover some points. Anyway, I'm gonna circle back to the hot dog stand because at the end of the day, that's what's gonna be providing for my family in the future, and that's something that I'm handing to them. Um, like I said, it's primarily a hobby, but it's pretty good. I sold out of hot dogs, which was fantastic. Way better than I was gonna, thought I was gonna do. My goal was 4 hot dogs to sell 4 hot dogs before the end of the month, and I sold out, which was pretty awesome. I did not make it. Huh? No, I'm vlogging. Yeah, but I absolutely am right. Anyway, my I spent 170 on hot dog supplies and materials. I made $70 back, so that's always great. And I actually ended up going ahead and doing my big business partner, which is the farmers market here in Surprise. It's called the community fair. You guys see me make videos on it all the time, but you guys get to come with me on my first day there, and there's some big news coming with them. They right now, you guys know they're at Imagine Prep. They're actually moving from the school where they currently are. They were originally at the feed store where I was. Then they moved to this school. Now they're moving to American Home Furnishing. And they have about 120 vendors. So many people. So I'm going to be doing videos with those vendors, and I'm going to be one of the vendors. I'll be at the building when they move. So that is going to be fantastic. That is going to be very cool. I get to have my very second event at the farmers market. Like I know I said Dale's was like my first official, but that was like I said a soft opening. But farmers market, that's where I wanted to go in the first place. But I know it's a consistent flow of people, and you can end up with some pretty long lines. Now, especially since they're going to be off of the highway in the following week, not this Sunday coming up, but the next Sunday, they're going to be off the highway. They're going to be off of a main busy street. That's going to be a pretty big deal. There's going to be some lines, a consistent flow of people that don't just, happen to ride by and find us. It's going to be, oh snap, there's a lot of traffic over there. That's a pretty busy area of the city. So I really hope I perfect this. Even if I don't perfect it, I really hope I make a big improvement to my process come this weekend. I'm going to be working all week on this cart and make sure it's in good order, make sure it's ready. I got my hot dog flags, which are nothing short of disappointing. Because why do they say dogs hot and not hot dogs? Make that make sense. Anyway, my goal for Sunday is let's do 44 dogs on Sunday. Let's sell out of 44 dogs. And then I do want to sell out of my jumbos or my quarter pounders and maybe sell out of my hot links too. That would be awesome. All right, but Gigi's almost done playing. So I'll give you some cool outro music and do a little bop for you and Call it Christmas. All right, later.
If you rocked with the vid, if you new, then subscribe. Don't forget to and if you rocked with the vid, if you new, then subscribe. Don't forget to and D up.